Hello, everyone. This is Mrs. Barlow, and you found me on BarlowReads, so obviously you know I like to read, and I especially like to read to people. I think it makes a book so much more enjoyable when we can hear and we can see their facial expressions, and it just really helps us get into the book, right? Because when we read a book, we play it in our minds, but when we have someone read it to us, it makes it come alive. So I want to read a book to you today. It is called The Important Book by Margaret Wise Brown. She has also written Goodnight Moon, so yay if you've ever read that. Oh my gosh, it's so fun, and I used to love to read it to my kids before they would go to bed. So real quick, before I read a book, I like to kind of look at it and ask myself a question. I always tell my students, make a question out of the title so that it kind of gives you an idea of what to look for while you're reading. So this is called The Important Book. I would ask myself, I wonder what's important in this book. And what does the word important even mean? So I Googled it, and you can go into your Google search bar and put the word define, and then put whatever word you want to know what it means. And it will take you to the dictionary online, and you can see the meaning of a word and all the other information about it too, how to pronounce it, and some synonyms and antonyms for the word, and some example sentences and the parts of speech and how it's used. So the important means of significant value. Now, significant and important could be synonyms, same meaning. So important means something of value, significant value. It's an adjective. So the important book, important is describing book. So, I wonder what's important in this book. Let's see. The important thing about a spoon is that you eat with it. It's like a little shovel. You hold it in your hand. You can put it in your mouth. It isn't flat, it's hollow, and it spoons things up. But the important thing about a spoon is that you eat with it. So that's one important thing in the book is a spoon. The important thing about a daisy is that it is white. It is yellow in the middle. It has long white petals and bees sit on it. It has a ticklish smell. It grows in green fields, and there are always lots of daisies. But the important thing about a daisy is it is white. By the way, daisies are my very favorite flower. I think they're happy flowers. The important thing about rain is that it is wet. It falls out of the sky and it sounds like rain and makes things shiny, and it does not taste like anything and is the color of air. But the important thing about rain is that it is wet. Are you noticing a pattern in this book? A pattern is something that is similar. The important thing about grass is that it is green. It grows and is tender with a sweet, grassy smell. But the important thing about grass is that it is green. The important thing about snow is that it is white. It is cold and light. It falls softly out of the sky. It is bright in the shape of tiny stars and crystals. It is always cold and it melts. But the important thing about snow is that it is white. Are you noticing the pattern on every page? The author tells us about something that is important, and she starts the page with what's important about it, and then she gives us some details, and then she goes back to what is important. The important thing about an apple is that it is round. It is red. You bite it, and it is white inside, and the juice splashes on your face, and it tastes like an apple, and it falls off a tree. But the important thing about an apple is that it is round. The important thing about the wind is that it blows. You can't see it, but you can feel it on your cheek and see it bend trees and blow hats away and sailboats. But the important thing about the wind is that it blows. The important thing about the sky is that it is always there. It is true that it is blue and high and full of clouds and made of air. But the important thing about the sky is that it is always there. The important thing about a shoe is that you put your foot in it, you walk in it, and you take it off at night. And it's warm when you take it off. But the important thing about a shoe is that you put your foot in it. The important thing about you is that you are you. It is true that you were a baby and you grew, and now you are a child, and you will grow into a man or into a woman. But the important thing about you is that you are you. The end. It is very important that you are you. I want to talk about something that we saw in the book. Remember, every single page talked about a different item that was important, and then it told us some things that made it important, and then it always circled back and told us again why it was important. That is actually called main idea. And what I like to teach my students is that main idea is like a table. So you have a tabletop and you have 4 legs. And without those legs, that table would not stand. If you removed one of those legs, that table, it might kind of move around a little bit, but eventually it would topple or fall. So main idea is like our tabletop, and then our supporting details are like each leg. Now I want you to know real quick, Miss Barlow is not an artist. I have to look up how to draw things, and I need them step by step. I started this in pencil and I followed this website, and I'm not promoting the website, but I want you to know if you are needing help with drawing, that you can always Google how to draw something. And I usually Google how to draw blank step by step. And it led me step by step how to draw that table because I couldn't do it on my own. But remember, that main idea is the most important thing in a book, in a passage, in a story. And then our supporting details are what hold the table up or the main idea up. So without the supporting details that support the main idea, it could not stand. So now thinking back about the important book, and remember how it ended about you are you. I would love it if you have some paper today that you could create something that tells us what's important about you. Now, what I did, I'm going to show you what I've started, is I thought about, well, what is the important thing about me? And I think about how I am with people and students, and I like to think that I am kind. And so I started what's important about Mrs. Barlow, and I just took a white piece of paper and put a big circle in the middle and put the important thing about me is I am kind. And now, rather than drawing a table, because I love circles and I love color, I just took some scissors and some colored paper and cut out little circles. And now I am going to put 4 different supporting details about me to prove that I am kind. Or other details about me that kind of tell you that I am kind. And so I would love it if you would do the same. Just get a piece of paper and you could draw a circle, you could draw a table, you could draw stars, you could draw whatever you like, and tell me what's important about you. And then tell me some other things that show your importance. I hope you enjoyed this book today. I hope you make something about you. Show it off, show it to mom, show it to dad, show it to whoever's in your life, in your circle, in your family. Put it on your wall and remind yourself every day that the most important thing about you is you are you. Have a great day.